and welcome back for round 4, game 2. We're sort of presuming that Matt has sideboarded in his Anger of the Gods, because we can't really think of much else that he might be able to sideboard in against Kyle that's going to help him out too much being mono red.
Yeah, well, without being able to access his deck list, we don't even know if he has Anger of the Gods. But if he doesn't, and he's listening, he should put some Anger of the Gods in his sideboard, because that card is just really good right now.
Alright, well, he comes out strong.
He's good. Kyle's on 21 minus 3, so he's on 18 because of his blue-white lifeland.
Nice pickup. So putting Kyle on 18, Matt on 20.
And this is the big difference about being on the play versus... I think Matt was on the draw last game. I don't remember. But if you're on the play, you can just get 3 dudes out.
I was going to say, he's just going to come through either way, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looks like Kyle's trading with his Fire Drinker Setter.
Taking 3, Matt will take 1.
Yep.
So Matt's on 19.
And he chose not to pump because of Eidolon of the Great Rebel.
Oh, that's possibly a sideboard.
That's a sideboard card. I think wouldn't have been a terrible idea to play that pre-combat, just for if Kyle had a combat trick, because he did have 1 mana untapped.
It's probably more in the sideboard for against Jeskai combo.
Yeah, Jeskai Ascendancy decks. But it's pretty good against heroic decks as well, because they tend to rely on having lots of cheap spells.
Being able to refill their hand with the Ordeal of Thassa, possibly Treasure Cruise.
Yeah, Treasure Cruise itself not triggering the Eidolon, but the cards that it's going to draw do. And was that a Stoke the Flames?
It looks like 4 mana Stoke the Flames.
Dodging the Eidolon. The awkward thing about Eidolon...
Response with God's Willing though, pro-red.
Yeah, that's going to cost Kyle 2 damage, 2 life points, because of the Eidolon. So he's down to 13. The interesting thing about Eidolon is that the decks that it's best in are decks that it's also going to punish.
Yep.
It's a very interesting card, and it's, in my opinion, a really great design for that reason.
Well, it's gone up. It's skyrocketed in price ever since the Jeskai Ascendancy combo has become a deck. And if you look at Worlds, it's sort of gone even... Like, it's gone from the straight combo to the heroic combo to basically the heroic deck with Jeskai Ascendancy. It can just win out of nowhere, but it doesn't actually need it to win now.
Yeah, I can see like both standard and modern being very happy to have this card in the 75. Now that's Flutter's Strand, I believe, and an Ordeal of Thassa on the Seeker of the Way. So he's coming in for 3. 4,
we're coming in for 4 now, with the +1/+1. Now, does Matt block, or does he just go, yep, I'm on 19, I can take 4, however the lifelink is the hard bit?
Yeah, and he doesn't... what is that? Is that a...
That's a Defiant Strike.
So that's
does he take 1 from the Eidolon there?
Kyle takes 2 from the Eidolon. He took 2 when he cast the Ordeal as well.
Yeah.
But he's punching in for, let me work this out, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 damage?
6, I think, because +1 from the Defiant Strike as well.
That's right. That's the one that I was missing. And he's gaining 6 life.
And it looks like Matt just took it.
Yeah.
So puts Matt onto 13, and Kyle... that's the hard bit. Puts Kyle back up to 17.
Stoke the Flame. Kyle, instant response, sacrifices his fetch land. I believe he's going to get a Plains and cast some sort of... Oh no, he's getting an island. Of course, the new...
Counterspell.
The new counterspell, Stubborn Denial. Which... it doesn't matter if he doesn't have Ferocious, because Matt doesn't have any untapped lands. He does now because he just played 1 though.
And so Matt now comes in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, yes. And Kyle took 2 as well when he cast his Stubborn Denial.
So I'm putting Kyle on 8 and Matt on 13.
Yeah, if we're keeping track of things correctly, then that's exactly it. Now, Kyle keeps putting his hand in front of the art of that card, so I'm having a hard go identifying what it is. But it's giving his creature a lot of extra power.
So it's currently sitting at a 5/5 Seeker of the Way.
That's a feat of resistance. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and I think it's prevent all damage that will be out to it. Now, he took 2 damage when he cast it, but he's attacking with a gigantic Seeker of the Way.
Well, it's 5/5 just as it is, plus the prowess trigger, making it 6/6.
6/6 lifelink.
So that puts Kyle back up to 12, Matt down to 7.
Interestingly enough, this one Seeker of the Way is just neutering that Eidolon. And that's what that card's going to do.
Well, if anything, the Eidolon's keeping Matt in the game. But
I think
they're sort of cancelling each other out.
I think just the life that Kyle's gaining off it is just making the Eidolon better for Kyle than it is for Matt. Like, Matt's also got a low curve in his deck.
Now, Matt's only got 1 card in hand. He's trying to figure out if he can actually win.
Yeah, and Kyle has the dreaded 1 untapped land again. Which, look, I've played against that deck that Kyle was playing, with Kyle running it, and a lot of the time you're trying to figure out your turn, and then you look across and see his lands, and he's got 1 untapped land, and you go, well, if he has God's Willing or any number of other tricks, my entire strategy is neutered.
So he trades with the Satyr.
Yep, deals 2 damage to Matt's face.
Puts Matt onto 5. He takes 2, puts himself down to 10.
Yeah, I don't hate that attack. I think that's one of those ones that's beneficial for both sides, because he doesn't want to face down 2 Seekers. 1 Seeker is already punishing him.
Well, this Seeker is now lethal, so he has to block, and this is why he's left the Swift Spear back. Yeah, if he had a God's Willing, he probably would have...
He's going to put his guy in the graveyard, but I think this is before blocks. So he's Matt's gone to go to blockers, but Kyle said he hasn't passed priority yet.
Yep.
And Feat of Resistance
makes that game over.
Yeah, I'm gonna just double check the text on Feat of Resistance. It gains protection. That's right. It's not prevent all damage. It's more than that. It gains protection. So.
Oh, there we go. So game over there.
Yeah.
And that ends up with Kyle winning the night as well. So well done, Kyle.
Yeah, good job. He's a strong player playing a very good deck.